Hi! I'm starting this video completely unprepared and completely unfiltered because low energy. What can I do? What can I say? I just decided to record right from the beginning of preparing to make a project, including putting on my makeup, because I don't have the time to get ready properly and then introduce you. And anyway, it just feels a bit more natural because this is what I start with, so I might as well just start talking and tell you about what I'm planning to do, even though it's extremely awkward because I have never done my makeup in front of anyone else other than the genie in my mirror. So yeah, this is awkward for me, but here we go. Today I have a project that I've been putting off for the longest time because I put on weight, so I didn't feel like making anything for myself. And I've been making excuses saying that, I don't have time to sew for myself, I have to do all these things for my clients and blah blah blah. But a piece of the truth is just the fact that I don't feel like making anything nice for myself now because I feel the need to get back on the horse, get back to my good habits and lose the weight that I've put on. But it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen. Just a second, I need to find a concealer. It's not gonna happen anytime soon because for the first time in my life I decided to lose weight while keeping the balance in my life. So still eating healthy, not cutting out any major group, not demonizing any food group, just doing it in a really balanced way, or in a way that's good not just for my body but also for my mental health for my mental health. So yeah, wish me luck on that. But part of treating yourself well, I think, is doing nice things for yourself even when you don't feel like you're at your best. So this is what I'm forcing myself to do. And I have this one pattern that I've been sitting on for 2 years now. I've been meaning to make this pattern for a long time, but I felt like I need to lose my belly, blah blah blah, all that toxic shit that goes through your mind, or my mind at least. But today I decided I'm dropping it. This is the time. I'm going to make it. Even if I don't look my best, I'm just gonna make it. So let me show you the pattern. As I said, I had it in my stash for a really long time, and a few days ago I went to a local, second-hand store, which I love them. I love the second-hand stores in Poland. I have mixed feelings about the second-hand stores in Norway because I feel like they're too fancy, and I feel like sometimes they're asking for too much money for things that, they shouldn't. But ever since I moved out of Oslo, I found a new love for antique and second-hand stores in Norway. So I've been there recently. I've been to my local one just a few days ago, and I found just the loveliest curtains. They are like a really thick but very soft cotton fabric with a lovely little print on them. I can't imagine having those as curtains, but I can imagine having those as a top, as a skirt. I feel like it gives off very folk vibes. Let me show you. This is the pattern that I've been dreaming of making for myself, and I decided to finally do it. I'm thinking of making the C version, but without the bottom thingy. I initially actually wished to do this one because I think it would be very flattering on me at the moment. It will cover my muffin top perfectly, but I'm considering making this kind of corset top and a skirt. I think I have enough fabric to do that. I don't know if it might be too much actually, because the pattern is quite out there and it might be quite a lot for the eye to have a corset top plus a skirt in the same fabric. I'm thinking of making the corset top reversible, so one side is red, the other side is green. But anyway, this video will be making the corset top, and if I decide to make a skirt, that will be a separate video because I will show you a really fun, really easy technique to get a lovely finish and sharp corners on your waistband. And by the way, when I said I have enough fabric, I really meant that I have more than enough fabric. It's a lot. Someone had really huge windows. The only problem with some of the pieces is that they are bleached by the sun. It's really ironic that we're living in Norway, where we don't get that much light and hot weather, but when the sun is here, it's like burning your skin and your curtains. Which color do you like better? The green one or the red one? I hate reading the instructions in commercial patterns. Like, where do I start? Where's the beginning? Okay, I'm making version B? No, C. Where is the version C? B, binding, corset A and B, the peplum. Okay. This is the French version. I cannot be the only one who's throwing the French version away. Okay, corset C. Hooray. Okay, so first I need to do interfacing. Blah blah blah. Lots of interfacing. No boning. This is surprising. I assume there will be boning in this pattern, but there is none. Maybe I should add some to contain my belly. So once I'm done with that, but you know what, whatever I'm supposed to start with, I'm going to begin by copying the pattern from the tissue, from the pattern tissue, because I don't want to cut out just one size and then ruin the whole pattern, you know, just in case maybe one day I'll need a different size. So I'm gonna copy the pattern to a new pattern paper from the tissue paper, and then I'm going to make a mock-up because I don't want to waste my precious once in a lifetime buy kind of curtains for making an ugly corset top. So I'll make a mock-up, see if there are some fitting issues. There probably will, because I'm basically you know, I'm a hobbit that pretends to be human, judging by my height and my eating habits and my hairy feet. But I lasered those, so just so you know. But yeah, time for a mock-up. Okay, I just ugly door. I just read through the pattern and I realized that if I wanted to, I could skip using the bias binding altogether, because looking at the pattern and the fact that I want to make the corset top reversible, that means that instead of attaching the fashion fabric to the lining fabric, I attach both fabrics that I want to use as, you know, the outside of the corset together, and then I just flip them to the right side. So I connect the right sides together, then flip them to the right side. That would mean that all the raw edges would be inside and I wouldn't have to use any bias binding. And that would make it an extremely easy project. But I also think that maybe having a black bias tape all around the corset would be very pretty. So I'm a bit torn right now. But I guess making a mock-up will give me all the answers that I need. Okay, reason number 242 of why I dislike using commercial sewing patterns. the endless tissue and hour-long attempts at finding the correct pattern pieces. I'll see you in a year. Half of it is just guesswork. Okay, I am just cutting out the first piece of the puzzle right now, and I noticed that I thought for a second, I thought I got lucky and that all my pattern pieces will be on this one sheet of tissue. But no, all of the pattern pieces for version C are on this tissue except for one teeny tiny front piece. But instead, Butterick decided to use all that space for a dictionary and a glossary. And my question to them, is this necessary? Because I don't speak English as my first language, as you can probably tell. So if I don't know, what a word means, I'll just Google it. I would certainly not be relying on a crappy glossary printed on a tissue paper that you can hardly read, by the way. I don't think anyone reads this stuff. Can we use this space in a more productive way, please? I could have my pattern piece here, but instead I have to go and unfurl that other huge piece of tissue paper and find it there. I'm sorry for whining, I'm just tired, And I was hoping for it to be an easy, quick, fun make. But instead everything is just tiring. I might go to bed and finish it tomorrow before I cut off my ear by accident or something else. I think I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I just finished the basic mock-up. I did not expect to be finished in the evening while I was tired and didn't feel like doing it, but I did it. And the only thing that I'm gonna do tomorrow is the fun things, none of that, fiddly stuff. But anyway, it needs some adjustment. It's the arms were too long, so I put a pin in here. By the way, this t-shirt was a gift from my mommy, so shout out to her. And yeah, there's a lot of fabric bunching up around here. The back is pretty much okay, but I need to fix all of that. Okay, day 2 of the corset top project. I have altered the mock-up a little bit. I had to take in the arms. Here I just sewn them on. And I took this seam a little bit as well as the seam at the back. And I am actually pleased with how it turned out for now. I'm surprised by how flattering it actually is. I was sure that it's gonna accentuate my muffin top that starts exactly from here. So I thought it's gonna be like very nice here and then poof, but no, I'm actually okay with how it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out from the main fabric. By the way, I'm ironing the fabric now and I'm trying to choose which part of the fabric or which cut of the fabric to use for the corset, so I have enough left for the skirt. And I thought that was so cute to see how someone has made those curtains back in the days. So they didn't even overlock it, they just did a zigzag. Wait, I thought that was so cute. And also the fabric, super cute, but not as cute as the green one. I wasn't sure yesterday which one I like better, but now I am quite sure that I like the green one better. I think those flowers are so cute. Excited. Okay, I have already cut out the back. The front is right here, and the side is just making it within the confines of this really small fabric piece. It's just like millimeters, maybe 1 millimeter missing from one side, but I'm just gonna risk it. I'm just gonna cut it out as it is and see how it goes. Repeat after me. I shall not use pins while I'm sewing. You see, I didn't use a single pin, and yet I connected 2 huge pieces of fabric while doing, you know, corners and turns and stuff. Is it perfect? The corners are never perfect. I mean, the round parts are never perfectly perfect, but I didn't prick myself a single time, and things are perfectly aligned. By the way, do you want to see how to do a princess seam on the bodice without the pins? It's very, very easy. Let me get you closer. Let's hope you'll be able to see my hands. So, 2 pieces of bodice. Always the more rounded part towards the feet dogs, so at the bottom. And I just start aligning the part that's straight first. And wait, you can't see shit, can you? I hope that's a bit better. Okay, so up till here my bodice aligns perfectly, and then this part becomes a bit more rounded. So I go up to the top, hold it aligned, then take my hand underneath and scooch the bottom part so it's aligned with the top part, and then I go to sew. It's important to hold on to these 2 pieces. And there you go, no pins. Look, instead of ironing or pressing the princess seam on the bodice, I did 2 rows of stitching on, oh please focus, on each side of the seam. Let me show you how it looks from the inside. Here. So the stitching is what's making it nice and flat. And I just think it looks so pretty and completely seamless. Okay, I finished connecting the 2 panels together, and it looks pretty neat. I'm excited to finish the other 2 pieces, connect it, and try it on. I really wanted to show you my way of putting the binding on the corset top, because I feel like the instructions on the pattern were suboptimal. They say that you're supposed to first bind the top edge of the front, then the bottom edge separately, and then the center edge separately. And I just think it's A, lots of fiddling, B, doesn't look as nice, so I just did it in one fell swoop by folding the bias binding tape on the corners and just going with one piece of tape. And here I'm just showing you how I did the back of the bias tape or the other side of the corset top by folding the bias tape over the seam allowance, which was clipped by a half. And here is the really tricky part, which is connecting where the corset top front and the back connects. Again, the same method, just folding the bias binding tape over the seam allowance. And again, I did the whole back of the corset top in one fell swoop. No need to fiddle around with multiple pieces of tape. Just a side note, punching holes through fabric is my new favorite thing now. I couldn't stop. It's so satisfying. Dum-da-da-dum! I finished the corset top, and hands down my favorite side is the green side. I don't know, I love the pattern on the green side a little bit better than the one on the red side. I don't quite know, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to wear it with, because most of my clothes are too tight for me at the moment. I'm laughing, but I'm crying inside, to be honest. I'm thinking I was supposed to do a skirt with the corset from the same fabric, but I think it might be a bit too much. It might be too much folklore in one outfit, but I shall see. I might do it just for the fun of it, and if I don't like it with the corset top, I'll wear it with something else, because I really do like the green pattern. Well, the red one isn't bad either, but yeah. My final thoughts. I do not love the grommets. Is that what they're called? I'm sorry for my bra coming out. I'm not sure about the size of these. I genuinely wanted to have smaller ones, but I bought the wrong size. So they are quite large. When I was making them, I felt like I was about to make curtains or something and put the curtain rod through them, but in the end, it's not glaring, at least for my eyes. I like it. This is the first time I'm wearing anything corset-like, and I love it. So I think that's my final side. That's the final side. That's the final sign from the god of corsetry that I should give it a go. I should try it. So that's the plan for the upcoming weeks. This video is actually 1 week late because I got a new job. I've been tired of just working from home and being by myself, so I was searching for a part-time job where I could go out of the house and meet new colleagues, make new friends, do something completely sewing unrelated, and I finally found it. I'm done with the first week of that job and I really enjoyed it. But sadly, because that was a really intensive week where I had to learn lots of new things and I went to work pretty much 100% instead of like treating it as a part-time job, I didn't have the time to finish this video. But now the corset top is finally done, and if you would like to see how I'm gonna make the skirt from the same curtain, I said it weird, didn't I? From the same curtain fabric, please stay tuned. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, as they say on YouTube, and I'll see you next one. Bye! P.S. I completely forgot to show you the red version of the top, so here I am shamelessly showing off, and please compare it to the other side of the corset top and let me know in the comments, which one do you like better?